I got to tell you guys something. This has been one of the most important decisions of my life, as you can all imagine. I left my job in Wolcott, which I loved, but I really wanted to come back here to Waterbury, and I wanted to come here for a reason. I believe strongly that it's time. It's time for change, and it's time for new leadership. I hope you all take a good look around this room and look at the diversity of the group we have here today. We have friends here from all backgrounds, occupation, races, and ethnicities. All the folks who make up this great city of Waterbury. And why is the diversity of this crowd important? I'll tell you why. Because unlike this current administration, my administration will be inclusive of all the people of the city of Waterbury. We need the combined talents and perspectives of all of our citizens to overcome the challenges that lie ahead. It's no accident that we've chosen this location for this announcement. I want to thank John Lombard for allowing us to use this building today. This vacant storefront symbolizes the steady decline of downtown Waterbury as a result of the status quo leadership coming out of the mayor's office. The challenges we face require bold and creative leadership where the status quo will never be accepted. Thank you. We believe most Waterburyans understand that a change in City Hall is required if we're to bring back prosperity and vibrancy to our city. Our future, and more importantly, our children's future and their children's future depend on it. Over the past decade, we've seen few initiatives, plans, or programs introduced at the city level aside from the fiscal reforms instigated by the Oversight Board. Little has been done to close the education gap between Waterbury students and those in the suburbs. Even less has been done to build meaningful partnerships with our corporate community, to build an economic development program that creates jobs and allows businesses to flourish. And as a consequence, the Waterbury labor market ended 2010 with the dubious distinction once again of an unemployment rate at 11.6, the highest in the state of Connecticut for the last 10 years. And look at downtown. Nothing was done to capitalize on the tremendous investment made by former Governor John Rowland 10 years ago. Unfortunately, nothing will change without strong, decisive leadership. It will take this strong leadership in every aspect of city government to move things forward. We believe that being mayor of this great city is a full-time, 24/7 job. It is the kind of leadership that the people of Waterbury deserve and have every right to expect. My friends, transforming our city can be done. We need only look at the remarkable job that then Mayor Dan Malloy accomplished in Stamford. He transformed Stamford from a waning, broken city to one of the leading financial service centers in this country. I'm sure over the next few months, we will suddenly hear about a number of plans and initiatives from the current administration, but we will not be fooled. For 10 years, we've been given promises, but we have little to show for it. That will never happen under my administration. When I make a promise, I keep it. When I give my word, it's final. And while we're on that subject, let me just say this. It was Michael Jarjura who asked me not to run for mayor in 2009. It was Michael Jarjura who asked me out of respect to himself and his family to wait 2 more years. It was Michael Jarjura in a room full of people who promised his support for my candidacy in 2010. 2011. Now, I must be completely honest with all of you. I really, really wanted to run for mayor in 2009. I really did. But at the same time, I did respect Mike Jargera and the Jargera family, especially Mr. J.P. Jargera, who was a close friend of my family and my dad. I did not want to split the party or put our friends and families in uncomfortable positions. So I decided to do what I thought was right, and I conceded to Mike Jargera's wishes, and I put off my 2009 run till today. But let me tell you this. People who know me, both friends and foes, acknowledge that during my tenure as police superintendent, I demonstrated strong and creative leadership and openly embraced the Oversight Board's initiatives that produced the following results. We initiated fiscal reforms that produced balanced budgets. We reduced the number of police officers from 340 to 300 through attrition, but we did it working together. We did it working with our union brothers. Through a creative reorganization of the department, we were able to save the city millions and millions of dollars in overtime and salary expenditures. Yet at the same time we initiated these fiscal reforms, we were able to increase and continue to this very day the professionalism and morale among our young, great police officers. We expanded services provided by the department. We witnessed the reduction in violent crime and overall crime in each year of my term as police chief, which, if you read the paper this morning, it still continues on today. Congratulations to Chief Gugliotti, Deputy Chief Riddick, Deputy Chief Fred Spagnola, Deputy Chief Dave Giannetti. They're doing one hell of a job, and their hands are tied. And their hands are tied. This is the safest city in Connecticut. We built a reputation throughout this country as being one of the best police departments in the nation. Most importantly, our police officers became actively involved in this community. We realized that having our officers serve as role models and mentors to the city's youth was the best possible method of crime prevention. Most of you know our involvement with PAL, and I want to take this moment to acknowledge and thank all the young people who are here today from PAL and their families. Thank you all. Chief Gugliotti and I took a floundering organization in 2003, and through a public and private partnership, we've expanded participation to more than 3,400 children in the city of Waterbury. Through working hard in collaborations with our corporate partners, the same corporate partners who are going to bring this city back to where it should be, we were able to purchase through private contributions a school, a gymnasium. We were able to convert an old abandoned warehouse building into a boxing facility. We are now in the process of remediating a brownfield site and developing it as a public recreation area complete with baseball field, basketball courts, and tennis courts. We have also purchased 2 properties and made them into public gardens. I am proud to say that PAL is more than just athletics. We have developed after-school programs that include nutrition, reading, writing, math, and urban agriculture classes, as well as Learn to Swim program. We've taught over 1,400 kids how to swim in the last year and a half. We have enlisted as volunteers dozens and dozens of police officers, teachers, and members of all professions. We have the support not only of the children, but their parents and the entire community. Folks from every neighborhood in Waterbury and many of the surrounding suburbs are working together for a common goal: to make things better for all of the youth, regardless of race, religion, nationality, or economic background. The Waterbury Pal program has received national acclaim. It is a shining example of what can be done by providing strong leadership and vision by inspiring and motivating a team of dedicated volunteers. I learned firsthand at our Pal School that when given a chance, all children can and will learn. As you know, I became a member of the city's Board of Education upon my retirement as police chief of Waterbury. Quite frankly, I simply could not sit back and accept the status quo while our children's education was suffering. Let me be frank. It's taken decades to create this problem, and it will take a number of years to correct. But it can be done. We must first recognize the challenges of our teachers and administrators, what they face each and every day. Instead of finger pointing and playing the blame game, we must recognize that solutions can be identified, but only if we are all willing to sit and work together. We must improve our schools and close the achievement gap. We must require greater accountability, not only from teachers, not only from administrators, not only from our parents, but from the superintendent of schools and the Board of Education and the mayor. As ex officio chairman of the Board of Education, the mayor must take responsibility and be held accountable for our dismal test scores. As you know, currently the Board of Education and the aldermen meet on Monday nights. As mayor, the first thing I will do is change the night of the Board of Ed meetings so that both the Board of Aldermen and the mayor can be more involved in the Department of Education, which they need to be. We must all of us, including me, take responsibility for our 21 failing schools. It's unacceptable.